Hello and welcome to the 3-day weather forecast. I am Paul Ugbah. During the early hours of Saturday, we saw a storm that traversed the western parts of the country, giving rains to these areas. 4.3 millimeters of rainfall were reported from this storm over Sokoto, 4.5 over Kebbi areas, 18.0 millimeters over Gusau, and 10.1 millimeters over Katsina, while Kano reported 6.2 millimeters of rainfall from this storm, leaving the northeastern parts of the country and the southern parts of the country open for more activities of rainfall much later in the day. And so for the rest of Saturday, we expect storms over the northeastern parts of the country, the northern part of Bauchi, and also the northern part of Yola in Adamawa State is expected to experience some storms, as well as the Mambila Plateau areas in Taraba State. We also expect to see storms in parts of Ilorin in Kwara State, while the southern parts of the country are likely to experience some rains. For the likely impact from these very rainfall events, we expect that the storms that have been predicted to affect the northeastern parts of the country will not pose any hazard to people living around these areas that appear in green. However, storms expected over the Mambila Plateau areas in Taraba State are expected to produce moderate to heavy rains, which may pose some risk over these areas for persons living around these places. Places that appear in yellow are, however, expected to experience low to moderate rainfall of about 10 to 20 millimeters. For our temperature forecast, we expect places in the north to report daytime highs of 34 degrees Celsius over Maiduguri, Damaturu, and also around Dutse, Kano areas. We also expect 34 degrees Celsius during the day over Sokoto, while Jos is expected to report 28 degrees Celsius during the day in the north, 18 degrees Celsius at night over Jos. The southern parts of the country are expected to report the lowest temperature over Ikom in Cross River State at 28 degrees Celsius, while other places in the south are expected to report temperatures between the range of 29 degrees Celsius over Oshogbo areas to about 31 degrees Celsius over Asaba areas. By Sunday, we still expect the northern parts of the country to be stable in partly cloudy conditions, extending from Maiduguri areas down to Sokoto, while other places around Gombe and also parts of Taraba and Adamawa State are expected to experience some storms. We also expect to see some storms much later in the day over the Mambila Plateau areas, the FCT Abuja areas, and also parts of Kaduna State as well as Kwara State, while the southern parts of the country are still expected to experience some rains. For the likely impact from this predicted weather, places that appear in green are not likely to experience any hazard from the predicted weather, while places that appear in yellow and orange are expected to experience rainfall of about 20 to 50 millimeters, which may pose a moderate risk to people living around these areas. For our temperature forecast, no significant increase in temperature is expected across the northern parts of the country on this day, and so temperatures during the day are likely to be maintained at 34 degrees Celsius over Maiduguri, Damaturu down to Kano and Sokoto areas. However, we expect slight increase in temperature over Oshogbo areas and also in parts of Ogun State, where values are likely to increase slightly to 31 degrees Celsius from 30 degrees Celsius. By Monday, we expect the northwestern parts of the country to be partly cloudy, with prospects for thunderstorms over the northeastern parts of the country, while places around Kaduna, and also Jos areas in Plateau State are expected to be cloudy. We expect storms to affect the Mambila Plateau areas down to parts of Benue State and also parts of Kogi State, while the southern parts of the country are expected to be cloudy. For our temperature forecast on this day, we expect slight increase in temperature over the northeast to about 36 degrees Celsius over Damaturu and Maiduguri areas during the day, and nighttime temperatures of 23 degrees Celsius, while Sokoto is expected to be 35 degrees Celsius during the day and 24 at night. Gozo area is expected to experience temperature of about 34 degrees Celsius during the day and 24 at night. Same for Kano State, 34 during the day and 22 at night. Towards the southern parts of the country, we expect temperatures to be between 30 degrees Celsius and 31 degrees Celsius. However, we expect Ecom areas to maintain the lowest temperature of about 28 degrees Celsius. This is where we'll conclude our 3 days weather forecast. Thanks for watching and see you again.